All right, hello, AberrantFate. I'm going to do a VOD review of your Ana play. Let's take a look at this Blizzard Roll game. Starting off here on the defense. So right off the bat, absolutely don't mind this position. This is fine. Your team seems to be playing point, so you're going to be on this high ground up here. Absolutely don't mind that at all. That's fine. If your team is playing up here, then I don't mind you either playing up here, back in here, or even up front, like taking some shots, depending on like exactly what your team's doing. There's also a possibility that instead of playing up here like this, you could actually play more towards this side of point, like this. All right, and this is assuming you know that they're going to go down main. All right, some comps are going to dive first this point up here. And if they go here first on top of this high ground, then you immediately want to rotate out of that position. Okay, you want to get out of there. However, when this is pretty common, if teams are traveling this way, okay, and they're heading towards point, their route to point involves them going past this angle here, in which you can throw a grenade at them. All right, and what we're looking for in these ononades is not just to hit people with the purple, but it doesn't matter to purple people unless your team is able to kind of follow up there with you. If you purple the enemy team and no one can follow up and it doesn't result in any kills, then you might have had the nade right, but you had the timing wrong. All right, and so what we're looking for is times when you maybe have the timing wrong, and times when you have the timing right, or times when you maybe you're not throwing it at the enemy team, maybe you're throwing it at yourself too much. We'll just have to see.
Together we can solve any
I'm looking. Sorry, let me go back a second. Wrong person. Just a second.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, looking up a little bit. Kind of looked like you're going to go for a set nade there. Didn't go for it. That's fine. Okay. So, example of a nade that can't do anything. All right. You hit no one. Even if you hit somebody, they just take cover for a second and then come right back. And you don't have nade. So, I wouldn't throw nades at people like that far away unless your team's actually going to actively kill somebody. You know they have a Winston and you threw that sleep dart. Winston could be diving towards you. Not to say that you'd be able to sleep him if he got the double bubble, but you know, it'd be nice to have it in case he does. Keep your team up here. The monkey just dies really fast. So with a quick death on the monkey, I'm pretty sure your team just has this first fight, no problem. Yeah, you almost don't even have to do too much. When the monkey feeds like that, yeah. Monkey switched to Reinhardt now. Yeah, your enemy team's not really requiring your team to do too much other than just spam choke points. Enemy team not really making any sort of realistic approach on this point. We're just hoping running down main does something. Now we finally have a flank happening up here. Okay, so finally this is happening. This guy, and he's going to ult from the side. All right, see how that goes. This is up to you potentially to maybe sleep it. Almost, not quite. Good kill. Okay. Nano and then run away is, I suppose, fine. Perhaps better uses of Nano. You might not have needed to use nano to win that fight. Enemy team's actually waiting for a full group up. Nice to see that the enemy team's actually playing correctly. Missed some shots there.
You're going to be okay.
So, if you're looking to work on anything sort of just mechanically, like not looking at decision making, just kind of mechanically, I'd go into aim trainer and I would just practice your unscoped fire. Look at the unscoped fire a little bit. If you're doing any warm up and you're like just trying to warm up into, just go into like one of those aim trainer things and just do unscoped auto shots. Maybe just like while you wait for Q. Nice sleep. If you're not going to contest here, probably just die fast or regroup. This is fine.
Objective lost.
I like these speeding out. That's nice. Going up top. I like it. We're a big high grounder. I like the high grounding. Nice. This is fine. You're aware of both positions. What? Okay. Like you kind of try to predict someone would be coming up there like that, but maybe hold your nade instead. I wouldn't throw predictive nades. You never know what's going to happen here. Like you would love to be able to like throw a nade at the soldier if he decides to flank this direction. It kind of cuts off his biotic field and then he has to run away.
You're powered up. Get in there.
Oh, that sucks. Well, good thing your team kind of just like had a bunch of different angles on them. So regardless, you still win this fight.
My team still needs me.
Skipping forward there 10 seconds.
I have your back.
I nade your team here. Okay. Yeah, they died. You want to just get out. Walk out. They know you're here. See, okay. Here, all you did there was get ult charge. Okay. Like everything you're looking at here, you might think, yeah, look at me. I just purpled 6. Yeah. Okay. Now they know you're up there. And you're still not retreating. What's the plan here exactly? How do you plan on not feeding? That's my question. How exactly do you plan on not feeding? And just because, by the way, just because you haven't died yet here doesn't mean that this has been a safe enough strategy. If you're looking to get to like plat or looking to get higher diamond, you would have been caught a long time ago and died a long time ago. This, you can't just like sit up here and expect the enemy team to not do anything about it. And so really consider like, how can you retreat? You're in a position right now where you are 100% absolutely dead, 100% dead. And you could have been regrouped with your team, but now your team is going to have to fight one fight probably without you. If you get away with this, it feels like a building of a bad habit. Okay, so you're not going to get away with it. Thankfully, the enemy team killed a bunch of people all at once. So instead of your team having to fight one fight without you, you actually are going to regroup with a few of your teammates. Lucky. It's good. The BAP's gonna be fine here. Yeah, he's just gonna lamp it.
I will keep you healed. This will help.
I like your cover here.
You're going to be
Only die to this Junkrat though. Have to nade yourself.
My ultimate is charging. My ultimate is charging.
It's a bit dangerous. Yeah, you've got a nice like LOS here to get like all this. All right. But you are all the way over here to the right. As the enemy team starts taking more space over here, your position on the left side feels worse and worse because as your team has to, if you're ever in a position where your team has to start retreating, where is everyone going to go? Like this direction, right? They're going to migrate over here, and you're going to have to migrate from this wall over to here, right? And who knows when it triggers in your head that you actually have to make that rotation. And if you make the rotation really late, then you're going to be standing in a lot of open space during a lot of fight. So just be careful about that. And I recommend you can, by the way, looking at like this angle, take this rotation back here later, and then eventually rotate here. It's like a multi-phasic rotation rather than be way up here, which yeah, you can eventually make this rotation, right? It's just a long one. Why not start like back here, right? Instead, and then this lot more cover to play with, then you can duck right into here and you've got this to play with rather than maybe having to like run all the way this way. So just in my opinion, you could have been standing like right here, and it's next to the health pack too. Another thing you can do is you can go up these stairs and get on top of this thing here. Like go up here, just up here, across the board, jump over here on this side. Standing right here, you can see your team. As the enemy team approaches, you come over here, throw a nade, and then if anyone starts running at you, you can still retreat this way, hop off, and you're like pretty close to this cover here. Just an idea. Yeah.
I will keep you healed.
Your team is just hard beating.
You're powered up. Get in there.
Okay, well, your team backs him up. Nice.
Heal up.
Apologies, I'm kind of tired. Kind of a lot of shooting there. Opportunities to do damage, even if it's just a shot at a barrier. That's still some damage to the barrier. No reason to be looking at the enemy team and not shooting them. All right, nice sleep.
60 seconds remaining.
That's kind of where you get caught up in what I was telling you before. Enemy team starts making some progress positionally. You see? And now you're really low. Enemy team has taken a lot of position here, and now this is their sight line, right? How do you live? How do you get out of this alive? You don't. You die. Possibility, okay, possibility. You can get like bubbled as you walk across like this part here. But I mean, like, is your team really going to do that for you? Are they really going to have that awareness? Not in this elo.
60 seconds remaining. في الامتحان يكرم المرء أو يهان.
That's unfortunate. Got purple in there. Damn.
30 seconds remaining.
I would work on those unscoped fires. Try to get really good at unscoped.
Old soldiers are hard to kill.
I need healing.
This will help. 10 seconds remaining. Round 1
Okay,
complete.
cool. We got Doom now. Doom Hanzo. Still double off tank. Cool. You're low. Just nade yourself. Nade yourself here.
The pain.
You're not getting healing from your teammate. Lucio. Just nade yourself.
Second the objective. Come on up.
I'd be afraid of this. Anyone who stayed on the high ground up there, I think in a higher elo, someone would like a DPS Hanzo or something on the enemy team. I know that they don't have a Hanzo, they have a Junk and a Soldier. Like Soldier, for example, probably would have stayed with the Mercy up here because there's no reason for him to leave this spot. And you're sitting at 44, guarantee you're dead. You're dead. He probably doesn't have to throw a helix at you. It's just click, click, or dink, dink. You're dead. And then this Hanzo, if he misses like one shot on the soldier's helix and dink, dink, he's dead too. Just saying. And so this is like the consequence of allowing yourself to walk down main with 44 HP. In a higher elo game, like you would be punished for it. 100%. This is punish worthy. They wouldn't have just let off the gas on that. That nade could have gone to your feet. This moment here, you're sitting here on this mini, waiting for it to come up. Why not aim down scope for a second, take a couple shots, kind of rear into it and go? Like, what? Why are you kind of sitting looking at a wall for a second? You know what I mean? It's like downtime. I've noticed a couple of these, like where there's just some downtime. Nice clicks. Good kill. This is a good rotation. You want to be over here. This is nice.
You're going to be okay. This will only hurt.
Good nade. Not quite enough to turn the fight. A good nade.
Need healing.
Good attempt.
I need assistance. I need help.
Bro, you have a Lucio. You need to nade yourself. You really need to nade yourself. This is kind of risky. This is kind of unfortunate, right? You are sort of, in a way, you are pinned to this location. You can't really go this way and you can't really go that way. The only thing you can really do is retreat back into the staircase. Or else, like, you're gonna get shot out by this soldier or potentially somebody else. This is not like a great place to be. It's not fantastic. Like in this scenario, for one, if anyone on the enemy team was paying attention, they would have seen the fact that you haven't died yet and you were in this area, so you have to be here. Like, they would just know you're here. They would have killed you between fights. Now, as the fight's beginning up here, anytime you peek this, you're gonna have well, there's a chance they're going to be shooting at your face this way and this way, especially this way. I personally don't think this is like a great vantage to have, especially when you're like all alone.
This is going to hurt.
Taking a little bit of spam from the Zarya, unfortunate. That was a bit of a waste. Anyone who comes up here to contest you, you want that sleep dart, don't you? Good kill. So, okay. I'm not going to tell you that this is just altogether a bad spot. It can be okay. It's just that I'll tell you my grievances about it, right? So the fight prior where you were down here healing your diva and then you notice you're losing the fight. So you go up here and you're just like, I need healing. That is in plat or diamond up to, you know, as the higher you go, you're just dead because they know you're there. It's not a mystery. They're going to go find you and kill you and you're going to get staggered. So the correct play in that scenario, in my opinion, is to go die on point. Personally, I would have gone die on point. Now, they didn't come to get you, so you kind of learned a bad habit. You learned that, okay, well, between fights, as long as I can just hide on the stair, I'll be okay. But don't think like that, because you're going to lose. You're going to get staggered, and you're going to die, and then you're going to be like, oh, man, these people, they found me? That's bullshit. They don't usually find me. And then you lose a game, you lose some SR, and you wonder why. Okay? And then once you're up here for the next fight, be very certain your team knows so they can play around that. You can kind of like support your team from this side, and then you can kind of damage the enemy team from this side. And it can be good if your team is able to like actually take this space. Your team wasn't able to do it very well, and so didn't really work out for you. That it could have worked out. It could have worked out if, for example, let's say your team was kind of grouped up over here and they know you're there. They're kind of shooting the sides, and your diva sits here and says, okay, I got all my DM ready. 3, 2, 1, go. And then they hold all their DM up, like eat all of the spam, use both the bubbles, take all the space, do all the damage, kill everyone. You could have gotten a big purple. It could have been like a whole play. Like that didn't really happen. Everyone's kind of scattered off onto their own. And then there were some times when you were trying to support your team from over here, and we can go back and we can relook at that. Let's go back like 40 seconds. Okay, so your team is kind of confused. Like, should we go left? Should we go right? You're trying to support him from this side. Your Zarya kind of peeks up a little bit. She's probably blowing some bubbles. Yeah, she's using a couple bubbles. So you're gonna have to. You're trying to support them over here. You duck back for a second. Oh, no, you're back. Okay, you're looking again. You're looking at the Rhine. Your team is like taking spam whenever they look this direction. They actually just killed 2 of your people, and so now this fight is pretty much lost again. Yeah. No, tire. Well, at least you got tire out of him. Whatever.
Need healing. Woo, I am on fire.
Objective A captured. Escort.
All right. Well, you got point A. That's unfortunate. That he might have been savable, although he did just jump right in front of the lane. Yeah. I just die quick. I lost. You kind of staggered yourself. Hold on. Yeah, so in this moment, let me go back a little further. Okay. Just watch kind of like the series of events real quick. Torb. It's 6v6. This is important, right? It's 6v6. Teams are finding it out at this choke. All right. Take a good look at the positions. All right, take a good look at positions for a second. We got 4 in the choke. You got 2 like beyond the choke. They've got kind of 6 people right there. All right, it's 6v6. What is the cause of our team not being in 6v6 anymore? Well, watch Torb. That's why. Okay, now you were looking at him. It is perhaps possible. It is perhaps possible that you could have saved this Torb Yeah, it's definitely possible. If that nade hit him and you kind of like actually got shots on him, then he would have survived technically. Okay, so now you know that we're down Torb. Okay, so this fight just got a lot harder. In that scenario, you'd want to be probably looking to get back to your team. Once you're down one, you don't want to be in like an aggressive position. It's probably going to cause you to die. But you can't really do anything because you're kind of stuck over here. It would require for you to go through the enemy spam to get back to your team, unless you want to take like a really long, drawn out route. You don't want to do. So in this scenario, I would hope that they don't see you. I would duck into this room and just keep the healing from right here and wait for your team to make a little bit more progress so you can make the rotation up here. That's what I'd be doing right here. I would not be looking to go out of this room too much. All right, let's see what happens. Now your team gets grabbed. So this would be a great opportunity for a nade if you had it. We use beat. Your Zarya gets shit on. Your Hanzo gets shit on. Now we're waiting for our Torb to get back to us. We're down to 3 people. This fight is lost. They have 6. We have 3. In my opinion, you don't want to get staggered. So I would either turn directly around, go this way, and regroup with your team. Or go die on cart. Probably just go regroup with your team this way. Do not go deeper into the enemy territory. It's just going to make things worse. You see? That's unfortunate. Now, go back here for a second. Okay. Yes, this is a bad idea. But if you're going to do this, there's a certain way you should do it. Okay. This Rhine isn't going to be able to necessarily turn around super easily. He doesn't necessarily want to turn around. He wants to keep his shield forward and keep facing forward and see what's going on from up front. So if you want to keep shooting him from the back, you can. Do not scope. Do unscoped. Do not throw your nade. Okay, because if you throw your nade right now, no one's going to follow up. It's going to be a wasted nade. Then if anyone dives, you can't even put it at your feet. So don't nade and don't scope. Don't even sleep. Again, you don't want to use like any real ability like nade or sleep, because at any point in time you're going to get dove on and potentially die. If that happens, you want to maybe like come out of it with a kill if you can, and you can definitely do that. Like let's say Junk turns and tries to duel you. You can win a duel with both your cooldowns. 100%. You can beat Junk in a duel. Especially if he has to use one of his mines just to get the height necessary to like be above you and actually land over here. The Brig coming towards you, you can beat Brig in a duel. That's definitely a possibility. If you can land the purple on her, you can beat her in a duel. That's definitely a thing. But to not get any value, right? Here, let me just explain. I would just only unscoped fire the back of Rhine. Their team is not going to notice it. Ryan's not going to be super eager to turn around and look at you because, yeah, he knows he's taking damage, but is he in voice comms? Is he going to tell his team that? What's he going to do? Now you don't have Sleep Dart. Didn't pay attention to the trap. And this is multiple times you didn't pay attention to the trap. Yeah. Throwing the Sleep Dart from behind, that's a way to get found out. I mean, someone on their team could have said something about it, but again, I prefaced it from the very beginning that was altogether a bad idea. Okay, waiting for your team to regroup. Give him 10 seconds. Lily Brig waved to you and you shot her. Cool. Throw a nade for absolutely no fucking reason. You already have ult, and your team's not going to follow up on any purple created.
You're powered up. Get in there.
Waste of a nano. Interesting flank coming from the Junkrat at 1 HP. He could have like gone to get a health back or something, but nope. He wants to flank with 1 HP. That was pretty cool. Wish the Junkrats in my game would try to flank me with 1 HP. Make my life a lot easier. He flick blocked that. Huge eat on the grab. Nice shots. You haven't looked at your team in a little while. And so if I were to ask you in this particular situation, kind of what's going on with your team over to the left side of the screen, could you honestly tell me like where people are? Not the diva, obviously you can see the diva, but everyone else, can you tell me? And if you have no clue and you're just assuming like, oh, they're probably on main. Oh, they're probably like somewhere like over there. Well, that's not good enough. So I recommend if you look back at this for like, I'm going to go back 10 seconds here. Look at the number of times you checked on the position of your team to kind of see about like fight timing. Like when are we actually all committed? When are my team, when's my team going to be fully rotated to the positions they're going to? Looking for any sign of you looking at your team. Any sign of looking at your team. Oh, kind of glanced there for a second. Miss, 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 miss. Okay. Yeah. I don't want to like beat a dead horse on that one. You know what to do. Nice shots. You can go forward here. Go back just a second here. So you're really concerned about throwing this nade. All right, let me go back just one more time. During this moment, when you see your team pushing up, you got to take the hint to walk up forward onto that bridge in front. Okay, the bridge above. And the reason is just like rotate with your team. No one, you can heal these people below you from the top of that bridge if necessary. Ideally, what you're trying to do is get sights on people getting into point, like this Cassidy. If you're standing right here and he's like starting to peek his head just now here, then you can get the first shot on him. First shot on him and start pressuring him out, and don't even let him think about touching point. All right. But instead you're back here. You're not really looking at anything. And then in this moment, you can see the Cassidy, but instead of shooting this vulnerable, squishy target, you're going for this on the Reinhardt. Doesn't hit him. And in this scenario, you're shooting a Rein shield when there's a squishy target as a different possibility. Instead of shooting the Rein, kill this guy, right? Don't shoot the shield when you can shoot a squishy instead. There we go.
My ultimate is charging.
Keeping an eye on left, I like it.
The pain.
It's an ambitious sleep dart.
You're powered up. Get in there.
That's a good nano. That was a good nano. The reason I like that nano, you knew she was about to boost up there to go deal with the mercy pocketed soldier, right? And if she just goes up there on her own without the nano, she probably loses the duel to the mercy pocketed soldier. She probably gets demeched. But with the nano, she actually just kills both of them. So really, actually, not a bad nano at all. A really good nano. Good timing.
I'll keep you healed.
Watch a hug. Yikes. That hurts.
Payload stop.
Never.
Lol. He really just woke up that hog.
It's just a scratch. You'll be fine. ده هيكون مؤلم.
Dragon consume you!
And I'm marking the hog. Hog's not doing much. Yeah, their hog's fucking some shit up.
I've come back from worse.
I think you're doing fine on these past couple of fights, by the way. I mean, your team's getting flanked and your diva's not doing much about it. Hog is kind of the diva's problem. You can't miss that nade though. Finally, okay, we deal with the hog. No, don't walk in front of the Bastion line of sight when he's ulting. He's like 250 damage a shot.
This will only hurt for a minute. 10 seconds.
Better Bastions would have killed you.
You're powered up. Get in there.
Winnable. Winnable.
A long time ago. Help me.
Gotta keep him up while he's trapped. Okay, we're good. Alright, looking for damage here. Good positioning. Good plays. You did pretty well that last point.
Defend objective A.
I still feel like that's a waste of nade. You can wait for the nade to be a little bit more accurate
Lights out.
and get some more guaranteed value. Or nearer to guaranteed value. 2 wasted nades. That sucks.
30 seconds remaining.
Wasted sleep.
And let's take this home. I will keep you healed. The pain.
A couple purples, which is nice. Fortunately, the team's kind of just not alive. Okay, we're gonna rotate high ground. Stay low ground here. And a hard hold here. Weakness is the left flank here in that room. I'd be afraid of a hog hook coming out of nowhere. Got the Rhine. That's good. Tyre's feeling pretty bad. Diva with some interesting strategy. Yeah, keep her up, keep her up. Zarya's key right now.
You're powered up. Get in there.
Okay. Yeah, I mean,
Score 3.
I didn't mind your decisions for the most part in that round there. I just kind of it just seemed like a lot of mechanical issues with throwing the nades and not hitting things. If you go back and watch, you'll just see like a lot of the sleeps and nades. There was like one sleep on the Reinhardt that was all right, and there was like a good nade. There's one good nade there that actually did something towards the end. And we're just looking for like more consistency than like just one here and just one there. We're looking for like constant constant like threat
Attackers
presence.
incoming.
The enemy team
30
feeling your
seconds.
presence constantly. That we're kind of looking for. This you know this diva is about to do something silly and ambitious. So I like that you're following her. Because yeah, it's probably gonna fade your ass off, but you know what? One person fading is just fading. 6 people fading is a plan. As Jane once said.
Go. I'll keep you here. This will only hurt for a week.
30
That sleep
seconds.
dart could have like gone toward the bastion. See, like you can walk this rotation you need to make. You can feel that you need to make like a rotation here. You can do that if bastion's asleep.
Get back in the fight.
There you go.
The pain.
You're that person in your upper left.
10 seconds.
Your team know there's a path up to upper left? Damn.
Victory.
Okay. This one is, I think, most of your issues, I don't think they're not a whole lot like decision based. I think overall, decision wise, I think you can get to plat. I think that mechanic wise, I think that you're gonna need to do some work. It's not a decision making thing. It's not like that. I think it's just more of a mechanical thing. And so it seems like there wasn't a whole lot of content to this VOD review, not as much as my normal ones would normally have. But I really feel like a lot of what you could have done to win this game is if you had actually just hit some of these shots, like actually landed some of these nades, maybe held your sleeps for something a little bit more crucial sometimes. That's pretty much what it comes down to from my perspective. I think this is mostly a mechanical thing. I'll take a quick look at the other VOD that you brought in for Rialto. You never know, maybe that was a weird game.
Welcome to Rialto. Ready for battle.
Just a scratch. You'll be fine.
Alright, I don't mind this. This is not bad. You're in a safe position. You're able to support your team.
Walk it off. Healing enough.
Oh, okay. That sucks. Unlucky. Your Rhine might need some help here, by the way. Alright, you're fine, you're fine.
Get back in the fight.
Ooh. That's 2 messed up nades. Try to heal your team up a bit.
You're going to be okay. The pain.
Double.
Yeah, you don't need a nano blade here. You can nano blade next fight. I recommend being proactive with it. Good nade.
I'm on fire. Out of my way. Get back in the fight.
Jesus Christ.
This will help. You're powered up. Get in there.
That was interesting.
This is
That was a good nade.
just
Good play.
the way I like. Watching your back.
Oh, yes. Gotta hit these shots. They're really good.
I'm taking.
Could have naded yourself. Unlucky.
I require healing. You have my back.
The pain.
Oh, almost killed that Junkrat. Your shot just hit. Well, that's unlucky.
I've seen worse. You're going to live.
Heilstrahl aktiviert.
I require healing.
Yeah, so at some point, like, yeah, your team is trying to, like, get a foothold over here. You can rotate up this way and, like, get this angle and actually start, like, applying some more pressure from a different angle. Just, like, angle them a little bit. Like you did earlier.
You're going to be okay.
The battle continues.
I am
Get me.
I am injured.
Nice dodge, but run away. Do not nano her. Oh my god. Team needs to die faster. Zarya's, like, getting...
I remember the feeling. I had your back.
He wants an nano blade. I go as soon as possible. Okay, now your Ryan's dead, but maybe turnable.
I've seen worse. You're going to live.
Really wants you to nano him. Really, really wants you to nano him.
Onwards to victory.
Like at any time.
Trick ready. You're powered up. Get in there.
Oh my god. This dude is rolling you. Oh my god. Wow. No shot, dude.
I'll keep you healed.
Gotta hit that aim trainer. Single's fine. You took a while for you to, like, shoot. Look at this. As you're rounding this corner, you know there's enemies on the other side of this corner. You're about to see some enemies in a second here, right? Here you're starting to see them. No scope, no look, no anything. Just we're staring at them. Managed to get a kill on the Ryan. It's fine. I don't mind that nade.
Enemy seen. This is not the end.
The pain is
Grenade.
Onwards to victory.
my ultimate is almost ready. It's just a scratch. You'll be fine. My ultimate is fully charged. Get in there.
My ultimate is ready.
Okay, hopefully you nano blade sooner.
Next time.
Nice sleep. Nice purple. Nano blade, nano blade, nano blade. Nano blade. God, dude. No.
You're powered up. Get in.
Oh no. You're trying to save this fight with a nano, but your team had nano blade. That's like the win con. The nano blade is the win con. That or nano barrage.
I wasn't cut out for retirement anyways. Move the payload.
That looks like some AFK-ness there. What's with all the AFK? This is you being a keyboard warrior, someone on your team blaming you for something?
Taking damage. Get back in the fight.
30 seconds.
That's much better. You're running out
I like
of
this
time
flank.
every
It's good.
attack.
She's eating her sleep like every time.
Onwards to victory. Adaptive circuits engaged. Genji.
Okay. Well, I don't think I'm coming with anything else to say here other than it's just a lot of the same that I'm saying. There's a couple of flanks they're going for, and I think they do have some value. I think that I honestly, for the most part, I haven't really minded your flanks. They've been okay. I think that really it's just the mechanics. If you were really more competent in your mechanics, I think that you'd be more confident in your flanks. I think your flanks are going to just have a lot more value. It's just make sure you do like a warm up. That's something I think people skip. Go into a name trainer, do a warm up, and really practice that unscoped fire. I think your scoped fire is probably fine for the most part. It's the unscoped that clearly isn't hitting a lot of the times, and it should be pretty accurate. You should be really shooting for something like, like a bad game is only 50% scoped accuracy. Unscoped, I mean, sorry, unscoped. 50%, that's a bad game. 60%, it's okay. And then like 65, 70 is kind of where you're aiming at, right? Perfect, 69, right? Indeed. All right. Anyway, I hope that helps and have a good day.